problem is in my district, opened by 2013.
Chair 3 and Dr. Chair visit Kasetsart University Council. Then emphasizes on at least two Kasetsart University Council. Your Excellency, Mr. Benigno.
Thank you. Thank you. Please stop. I will, in advance, beg your indulgence if I have a little difficulty pronouncing all of the Thai names. I've been practicing, but I'm not confident that I've practiced well enough. To the chair of Kasetsart University, Professor Kamphol Adulavidhaya, Assistant Professor Vudtechai, Kapilakanchana, President University, members of the Philippine Cabinet present, other members of the Philippine delegation, faculty, staff of Kasetsart University, the representatives of the student body, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is a pleasure to be here at your university to receive this honorary degree in economics. I am sure when my sister learns that I have been given this degree, she will again complain that I now have 3 university doctorate degrees despite the fact that I never submitted a single thesis paper in defense. She has just finished her master's degree, which was quite a torture for her. This degree represents an act of faith on your part. I am barely a year into my term, and I'm now crafting policies that hopefully will lead to a more prosperous and equitable Philippines by the time I step down in 2016. If I succeed, then I believe I can do justice to this honorary degree and your expression of faith that today you have given me. Coming to this campus reminds me of the time in my youth, when I had ambitions of joining the academe. After all, the search for knowledge for me is the very act of searching for truth. I'd wanted to be always at the cutting edge. It reminds me of a professor in economics that I had, who I understand was the valedictorian of his graduating class at Harvard. In every class that we had during the semester that I was under his tutelage, he would reserve a quarter of the time for debates between himself. He would reserve a quarter of the time to engage in debates with yours truly. At that point in time, the last 15 minutes of each class, my classmates would be packing up their bags. I would be opening more books because that was the portion reserved for me and my professor. I would engage him in this debate vigorously, and by the time the bell rang, I would feel so exhausted because we had argued seemingly ad infinitum. His class was so challenging that I had doubts whether or not I would be passing. I do remember a debate we had when he was talking about the theory of comparative advantage and the equitability of trade eventually. I asked him what I felt was a valid question. Father, I said, he was a Jesuit priest, the Philippines exports wood and it comes back as furniture. We export sugar and it comes back as candies. It seems that in every trade interaction we do have with our trading partners, their value added trumps our value added components. When will it trade and when will all of this equalize? To which he responded by calling me all the various ists. What is an ist? He called me neo-colonialist, he called me socialist, I think he also called me communist. The only thing he did not label me was fascist. I said, that's it. There is no more potential for me to graduate from his course. I also was a bit under fear because I was told that he was one of President Marcos's advisors. Fortunately, by the time he was my professor, he found out Mr. Marcos never paid attention to his advice and he relinquished that position. Eventually, I did pass his class, and I'm proud to say that at least I got a B+. And I found out that the reason my professor was giving me such a hard time was because he did admire my father quite a lot, who was then the leader of the political opposition against then President Ferdinand Marcos. My professor wanted to sharpen my mind so that I could live up to my father's standards. He wanted me to be developed to the best that he knew how to do. Another thing that I learned from this professor, which I carry up to this day, is the necessity to pay very close attention to all the details